Hello and welcome to Cornish Walking Trails. Today we're in St Keverne. So today's walk comes from Classic Walks Cornwall 2. It's number 17, St Keverne and Porthoustock. 3.5 miles, takes 2 hours. St Keverne is on the Lizard Peninsula east of Helston. Head through the church gate and bear left in front of the church. Follow a tarmac path straight ahead through the graveyard before passing through a metal and wooden kissing gates. So today's walk around St Keverne is a rural walk. Lots of countryside. Visit a couple of coves as well. I can't wait, I've never been down this way before. Walk ahead with the hedge on your left before continuing over a stone stile. At the end of the field, cross a concrete driveway via 2 stiles and walk ahead between 2 hedges. So we're just following this well-defined path through the field. After stepping stones, follow the obvious path. The instructions here, they're about 20 years old, but it says the path is presently blocked by a fallen tree but can be negotiated by the able.
What happens if you're unable? What happens if you're unwilling?
Pub.
Little bit muddy, not too bad though at the moment. Going down towards a little stream.
Look at that little old bridge. It's been there donkey's years, isn't it? The route passes over a footbridge and continues just to the left of the stream through an attractive wooded area. But this is an ancient beech tree wood. There's loads and loads of nuts under our feet and the dogs are just scampering off along this old lane. It's absolutely adorable.
What are they called? Gunnerer. How big a leaf do you need to wipe your backside with? Don't get your left and your right muddled up or you might get in trouble. I think I might have put the wrong shoes on today.
This is actually the end of August, but we've had a pretty poor August and now the water from the field seems to be leaching into the path. When expecting this, muddy but not wet. Hooray! Eventually, when you reach a tarmac lane, turn left and after an attractive cottage on the left, turn right. Follow the obvious path, pass up steps and on through a metal kissing gate. No sign of the kissing gate anymore. It's quite old, isn't it?
Looks as if it's never changed in like 600 years, has it?
No, you can imagine people, Victorians, wandering up and down here, can't you? Idyllic really, isn't it? What can you see?
I can see the sea.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Not blue today, is it? Just need a drop of sun now, don't we? So we're on a bank about 10 foot above these guys. And they are nearly the same height as us, aren't they fantastic? Look at those roses.
Beautiful, beautiful thatched cottages down here.
So it looks like we've just arrived in Porthoustock, but I can't resist going down solo to the sea. Got to do that, haven't we?
First sail. One lovely big boat. But to me, I'll get it home. Perhaps it looks prettier on a sunny day.
Oh, I think it's just the remnants of old industry, isn't it?
Car park.
It's on the beach. Don't know if you can make it out, but that is a bedroom downstairs under that balcony. So we're going to go back up the road towards Trenant's farm. This is quite steep and it's quite narrow. So when you're puffing and out of breath and you meet a car, you've got to suddenly dive in the hedge. Where is he? God, he's taken forever. He's got the dogs to pull him up as well. I've got jelly legs. How you doing?
There'll be ice cream at the top of this hill.
Oh, it's not at the top of the hill, darling. It's at the end of the walk.
Oh.
Just to prove how steep that hill was. 1 in 4.
25%, not 1 in 4.
That's what it means.
Oh.
St Keverne Church steeple. So we must be heading in the right direction then. So we're now passing through the hamlet of Trenants. The instructions tell us to ignore the left-hand turning to Trenouth Mill and carry on up the road. Just to point out on this map, we've walked from Porthoustock, came up the hill, and we're now at this point here. There was a junction back here that said that Porthoustock was 1/2 mile and Porthallow was 1.5, which makes 2 miles. Now if that point to that point is 2 miles, the map kind of suggests that it's going to be 6 miles looking at that. The instructions say 3.5. Oh.
Struggling to get your leg over?
The book is now telling us that this is a vineyard next to us. Well, it was at time of writing anyway. I think they might have given up on grapes in this country and gone for apples instead. Mind you, I don't mind a good drop of cider.
I knew a girl once. She owned an orchard.
Oh, what did you do next?
I sat down beside her. Beside her.
Yeah, they're getting worse, ladies and gentlemen. They're getting worse. He's scraping the bottom of the barrel.
What, the apple barrel?
Yeah. So the instructions tell us to follow the concrete driveway through the farm. So at the end of the driveway, turn right. Granny Smith. Oh, love the red shoes. So we've just come down the lane, down the hill towards Porthallow. The instructions say bear left up a footpath, but we're going to go down and explore Porthallow as we've never been there before.
Old cottage. New cottage. Old cottage.
Don't you dare.
Old cottage. I think he must have found the cider. What do you reckon? The 5 pilchards in. Off on their canoes. Nice little village hall, yeah.
Forecast in stone.
Alright, how's that work going?
Stone is wet. Rain.
Yeah, makes sense.
Stone is dry. Not raining.
That makes sense, yeah.
It's dry.
Yeah.
Shadow on the ground?
Not today?
No.
No.
It's not sunny.
Right.
White on top. Snowing.
No.
Can't see stone.
Where is it?
Foggy.
Okay.
Swinging stones windy. Stone jumping up and down. Earthquake. Stone gone. Tornado.
Very good.
I love that. That's funny.
That's a beautiful little garden they've got. Very pretty.
So we're picking up our walking instructions and following the public footpath. Takes us inland back to St Keverne. So that's an open sewerage works. I wondered what the smell was. There are a lot of instructions, very detailed, very accurate still because the byways are so old. Not sure about the grading. They suggest easy. But yet again, we're coming up another incline. I've lost count of how many, but I know my legs are aching. So my question, their grading.
I have to hula under this.
Go on then, dare you.
Hula, 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 hula.
Here we go. Yeah, that's not hula. Okay, so I think this is what the walkbook is calling Treguminion Farm. We're meant to turn left in front of there. So this great big tree is a fig tree. And look at them. They're the unripe figs.
Do you want me to model a fig leaf?
No, darling.
Sure.
It's alright, it's fine, thanks.
Sure.
Yeah,
Don't mind.
No, it's okay. It's okay. We're now going to follow that footpath up to St Keverne. Well, one of our dogs is. Oh, there he goes. Old instructions have failed us. We can't find an escape route from this field. There are 1 or 2 new houses in there, so I wonder if that's what's changed since these instructions were written. We figured that the gap over there is where we need to go. Andrew's not keen on the cows, so we're going to have to make it up from here because we've got to go onto the road by the looks of things and climb over gates and stuff. They just followed us across the field.
I think we're going to milk them.
I don't think they're girl cows. There's one in there with big horns. Yeah, they're boys, aren't they?
Big old cows, aren't they?
Bit too close for comfort
Yeah,
that.
I
And
didn't fancy that with the dogs.
Did you see the bull in the middle?
Yeah, he took a bit of a liking to you. He was following you.
They were all following us.
Yeah.
Let's face it, I don't like that. That's the road down to that Treguminion farm. Okay, So that's the farm we've come through. I reckon we should turn right. We're just going to have to look out for the spire, aren't we? Oh dear, don't you just love it when you get lost? Guess what we've just seen? There's St Keverne's spire.
They said that the spire was a navigational point for ancient mariners. It's also a navigational point for ancient walkers who were lost because of cows.
So what have we here then? Is that the public footpath sign that we would have emerged from? So the instructions say to turn right and then immediately left, back on track. Walk beside the hedge on the right and after a stile continue in the same direction. Stinging nettles, so I think I'm going to get very stung legs. Keep left and cross 2 further stiles. Okay, so we know we're back on track now because we're going past another water treatment works. Yay! Aren't we lucky? 2 in one day. The partly made lane now proceeds away from the waterworks. Now walk ahead from the stile crossing a stream. Follow the path that leads gradually uphill towards St Keverne village. At the main road, turn left and return to the village square.
The old temperance house.
Coffee?
Yeah.
3 tons in
Wait for
St
the
Keverne.
sun to come out.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, do it all again now because it's in the sun.
Yeah.
So today's walk comes from Classic Walks Cornwall 2, 60 circular routes. It's number 17, St Keverne and Porthoustock. Quick look at the map. We started here by St Keverne Church, went through the churchyard, down through that lovely wooded area that felt so old. Went down and visited Porthoustock beach, walked up the road, very steep there, got to Porthallow Cove and came back across fields. Today's walk was mainly through woodland and over fields. We did add a little bit of cove adventures with going into Porthoustock and Porthallow. That wasn't strictly part of the walk. The map, I think, was a bit misleading. It didn't really give you an indication of how far things were from each other. Not too sure about their mileage either. I also have some doubts about the grading. I think there were too many inclines to class this as easy. I would say it's more moderate.
Bearing in mind the instructions are quite old, they generally work. There was just one area we got a little bit confused over, and when we ran into some cows.
And that caused us to then get lost, although we did pick it up because the church spire is so easy to find. So that was our salvation, wasn't it?
So what would you score it out of 10 then?
I would have to give it 4 out of 10.
4, I agree. 4,
Yeah.
yeah.